Detroit's history is rich and full of diversity. While the city was not the birthplace of the automobile, it is commonly known as the Motor City because of its significant role in the rise of the automobile industry. As World War II began, Detroit soon went from being the automobile capital to the production capital for the great arsenal of democracy. Factories were transformed from making cars to building tanks. Yet, while black veterans returned from fighting fascism in the war overseas, they still faced the fight of racial inequality in America. In 1947, the National Association of Real Estate Brokers, known as NAREB, was formed. 12 African American real estate professionals, including 11 men and 1 woman, founded the organization, calling themselves REALTIST. 4 of the founding members were from Detroit: Nanny Black, Mako Crutcher, Carleton Gaines, and W.D. Morrison, who served as NAREB's first president. NAREB's motto is democracy in housing. It is an outcry against a society that was not living up to its promise of freedom. April 4th, 1968 was a dark day for the country when Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated in Memphis, Tennessee. 1 week later, on April 11th, President Lyndon B. Johnson passed the Fair Housing Act of 1968. Although the Fair Housing Act was signed, integrating our society is still an ongoing battle. As we fast forward to today, how has Detroit progressed over the last 50 years since the Fair Housing Act was signed? According to a recent Detroit Future City report, for the first time since the 1950s, renters outnumbered homeowners, 51% to 49%. The Greater Detroit Realtist Association is a local chapter of NAREB. GDRA works diligently to provide educational and advocacy opportunities for our members and our communities, so that stakeholders have the tools needed to serve a diverse market in the most professional way possible, while having fun. We must all work together to spread democracy in housing. Connect and support GDRA as we work with our members, partners, and community to increase home ownership.
Everything begins with land. Even our preamble to the real estate, our code of ethics begins with land. Some of our richest barons all talk about land. Our sisters and brothers understand the first thing that they should want to get when they are able to get that job is to start saving for their own real estate, because with that you create wealth.
Fair housing to me is the ability for people to realize the American dream. So one of the things that in America that is such a value that attracts so many people is the ability for anyone to be able to own land.
Fair housing is not just about race. Fair housing is open for people who need to have a place to live, that they need to have barriers taken down in order for them to get in and out.
I feel there are still barriers to fair housing that exist. One of the things that the NAREB Sheba report points out are different ways to increase people to be able to have access to capital. One of the things that GDRA, the Greater Detroit Realtors Association, a local chapter of NAREB, the National Association of Real Estate Brokers, can do is to encourage and become the bridge for conversation.
Sometimes you don't know who's out there fighting for you and who the strongest and loudest, but behind the scenes, NAREB, the National Association of Real Estate Brokers, is needed today, was needed yesterday, and the way I see things are progressing with the climate of our country will definitely be needed in tomorrow.